Developing tonight, there is now a $2,000 reward for information leading to an arrest after a Lansdowne High School student was shot and killed Tuesday afternoon. Police say already several people have been questioned in this, but they are still looking for that gunman who is believed to have targeted that 16-year-old victim while at a strip mall across the street from the high school before following him then onto school grounds and shooting him several more times. The victim's name has not yet been released. And tonight in Anne Arundel County, police there are asking for your help as they look into that deadly shooting last night in the area of a basketball court in Severn. As we first told you last night at 11 o'clock, police say this shooting was targeted and it was at a group of men who were playing basketball at the time. 2 men were killed, a third was shot, and a fourth was hit by shrapnel. Police have not identified any suspects in that case. These deadly acts of gun violence come as lawmakers in Annapolis looking at potentially banning a range of firearms now that are often used during these kinds of crimes in our local communities. Maryland could ban the sale of semi-automatic handguns that can be easily converted into machine guns. WJZ Live at 11 o'clock tonight. Kelsey Kushner has more on that push and what both sides are saying about this. Kelsey.
Rick, well, good evening to you. And, you know, like you just said, we should say right now that Maryland does have Glock switches that are banned in Maryland. But this piece of legislation focuses primarily on that firearm itself and banning that weapon that is easy to manipulate to make it a fully automatic weapon. But those who are against this legislation say that it is written way too broad, and they believe this is a political stunt.
Once installed, Glock switches allow pistols to fire up to 1,200 rounds per minute.
It's an alarming number of rounds fired off in just seconds with the help of a Glock switch, a device often 3D printed that local leaders are now pushing back against.
In the last 2 years, over 100 convertible pistols with the switches have been found by Baltimore City Police Department.
At a Judiciary Committee hearing Wednesday, law enforcement from across the state and gun violence prevention groups put support behind HB 1287, a bill that, if passed, would prohibit the sale of pistols that are easily convertible into machine guns with the use of a Glock switch or auto sear.
When you see that amount of rounds on the ground and the devastation that it can cause, it really makes you think about how much damage these weapons with the switches, with the sears can do.
Glock switches give semi-automatic weapons the ability to shoot fully automatic by preventing the firing pin from locking back when the trigger is pulled. The firing pin is then able to keep a free range of motion, allowing a rapid rate of fire in one trigger pull. It was also the gun used in a mass shooting at Morgan State University 2 years ago that injured 5 people during homecoming.
This was rapid fire. It was very quick.
It will be a boon for the traffickers. They will still be making their homemade Glock switch.
But those against the legislation say the bill is too broad and won't force Glock to change its designs.
This is not a targeted solution. It's a sweeping approach that could strip Marylanders of their constitutional rights to own some of the most common and reliable firearms.
Now, Baltimore City has already filed a lawsuit against the manufacturer Glock, saying that their designs are too easy to manipulate and therefore fail to protect the public. Reporting live tonight, Kelsey Kushner for WJZ.
We'll see how it plays out. Kelsey, thank you.